time for your next comic. Our next comic came all the way from Corona, California. You can also hear him on a podcast called When a Stranger Calls with Howie Mandel. Let's give a warm welcome to Mario Reyes.
Well, I gotta say, he played the anxiety song. Nothing gives you more anxiety than something hearing about anxiety, right? That's why I smoked a fat joint before I walked up in. Hey, let's hear it for our host, Dustin Fox. He's a little funny, right? Can I say that? Is that politically correct? I didn't know, Hemet. We're gonna get a lot of fucked up politically correctness, Hemet. My name is Mario Reyes. Before I get started, who's drinking? Woo! Let's hold it up. All right, we're drinking tonight. All right, that's good. That's awesome. I asked Justin to come out here to Hemet. I said, hey, what's the payment for doing a show in Hemet? He said, well, I can pay you in meth or the greatest hooker on Florida Avenue. And I said, you know what? I'm not a fucking idiot, Hemet, so I'm gonna take the hooker on Florida Avenue because she's gonna show up with the meth. So that's like a 2-for-1 deal right there. All right? I'm not a fucking idiot. He said my name is Mario Reyes. Have you guys been watching the news? Do you see that guy in the news lately, Luigi Mangione? They call him the CEO killer. Yeah, Luigi, that's not my brother. Okay? Yeah, my name's Mario, and all my life people said, hey Mario, where's Luigi? Where's Luigi? And I've never had an answer until recently. And well, the answer is, well, he's in federal prison for being a fucking hero. Yeah. If you don't know who I'm talking about, they call him the CEO killer. Okay, catch me after the show, I'll show you the video. It's saved on my phone under favorites. Yeah. You know, the government's gonna kill Luigi, we know that. Luigi's fucking dead. I just hope that the government gives Luigi that same option that they gave the guy in South Carolina. Yeah, a few weeks ago, a guy in South Carolina was getting put to death. And the government gave him a choice. They said, listen, you can have the death chair, you can have like electric chair, you can have lethal injection, or you can have the firing squad. And he chose the firing squad. I'm like, all right, well, firing squad, that's quick and easy. Sir, what would you choose? You look like a felon, what would you choose? I know I'm in Hemet, I know we got a few. You would choose a firing squad? Yeah, you know, that's quick and easy. I thought like, okay, what they do in Pakistan, in the Middle East, where they stone you to death. So I was like, I choose that, let me get stoned to death. And then I found out it involved rocks and not marijuana. Yeah, fuck that. I'd rather keep the marijuana. Yeah, so, you know, Luigi and all that could be a conspiracy theory. I'm gonna bring up a few. Hemet, do we believe in conspiracy theories, Hemet? All right, I'm from a town called Corona, California. Yeah, and for the last couple of years, every time I tell somebody I'm from Corona, they fucking run from me, like I say I'm from Wuhan. It's like, guys, I never got the coronavirus. Okay? But I did get the COVID-19, and if you don't know what the difference is, baby birds, let me teach you. The COVID-19, that's the 19 pounds that my fat ass got in quarantine. Yeah, believe it or not, I was actually anorexic going into 2020. I had just lost 200 pounds. Really, yeah, 200 pounds. No clapping for that? Yeah. Actually, it's called getting a fucking divorce. That's what I did. Got a divorce, lost 200 pounds like that. I am still single, though I shouldn't really say. But I will say this. I've tried every dating app out there now that I'm single. I've tried them all. I've tried Tinder, I've tried Bumble, I've tried, don't try Grindr. Yeah, Grindr turned out to be a major pain in the ass. Yeah. Hemet, you guys seem like a nice, lovely crowd, Hemet. Can I tell a classy joke or classy tale from a Tinder date I had? Can you guys, so let me tell this story. I met a girl off Tinder recently, and it became a one-night stand. And all of a sudden, let me just say, I'm in the bedroom with her, and I'm hitting her doggy style, okay? And a few minutes into this, I noticed that she had a freckle right on her ass. A couple minutes later, okay, I'll be honest, a few seconds later, I'm still hitting it, and I noticed that freckle is now above my belly button. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is a shitty story. So, I went like this, and I realized, oh man, this girl fucking poo-pooed on me. Well, I had her doggy style, so I just grabbed her hair, and that just got her more excited. You know, she thought I was pulling her hair. I was just wiping my hands clean. Yeah, so I gotta stay off all the dating apps because of that right there. It's a shitty dating story. And I said, I tried them all. I'm gonna start looking in the female prisons for my next girlfriend. And I'll tell you why, because recently there was a girl in female prisons that got lucky. Her name was Gypsy Rose. Y'all remember Gypsy Rose? She was that retard bitch that went to jail for killing her mom a few years ago. Yeah, well, she's out. She did her time. She's not retarded. Well, she's kind of retarded. I saw her titties. I saw her social media. Yeah, her social media is fucking retarded. But them titties ain't fucking retarded. All right, don't judge me. I'll fuck a retarded bitch. All right, I was watching Love on the Spectrum the other day. There is some fucking hot retard bitch on Love on the Spectrum. Okay? So yeah, so I figured Gypsy Rose got lucky in female prison. She got with the real-life Peter Griffin lookalike, right? You guys see that? She came out with the real-life Peter Griffin, and she's like, I got the fire D, right? She did. She got knocked up, and she actually just had the baby recently, so congratulations. And I just hope that that baby continues the family tradition, yeah, of killing the baby's mom. Now, yeah, hey, I'm still single, let me tell you guys. Let me say, I love the bigger girls, because I know we have a few out there, so I can hear you breathing. Yeah. But let me go back to the female prisons. I started writing another female prisoner recently, and she was actually up for parole. And this lady, she was up for parole, and I started writing to her, and she got denied parole, so I can still write to her. Her name is Yolanda. Yeah, I was writing to Selena's builder. Yeah, I was, dear Yolanda, I thought Selena was annoying too, let's talk. No, she never wrote me back. I figured it's because I don't speak Spanish. Yeah. I'm like the whitest Puerto Rican you guys are ever gonna meet. I grew up in the IE. You know, you would think, I say I'm from the IE, you would think I have a Reyes pickup truck. No, I'm vertically challenged. Horizontally gifted. Who's drinking it?
I'm out now.
All right. Like I said, I like to bring up conspiracy theories. I'm going to bring up another one. Has anybody heard that conspiracy theory on the internet going around right now? It's a hashtag Farrah killed Michael. Yeah, it's the belief that Farrah Fawcett killed Michael Jackson. Right? What kind of conspiracy theory is that? Well, it's one that I made up, and we're going to push it tonight. Yeah, so it's hashtag Farrah killed Michael. And this is why I believe it. On the morning of Michael Jackson's death, Michael Jackson died, right? Farrah Fawcett actually died first, and she got to heaven around 9 o'clock in the morning. And Jesus said to Farrah, Farrah, you were such a good earthly soul. I'm going to grant you one earthly wish. And Farrah she thought about it real quickly, and she said, you know, Jesus, I just want all the children of the earth to be saved. No more child predators. Yeah. 2 hours later, Michael Jackson was dead, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, it's a conspiracy theory I made up. I said, you know, let's push that one, right? All right, when Justin brought me up here, he mentioned I do a podcast. I do the podcast with two powerhouses of comedy, Howie Mandel and Harlan Williams. Okay? And where our podcast is called When a Stranger Calls. And the idea of this, you can find it on YouTube. It's go to YouTube, When a Stranger Calls with Howie Mandel and Harlan Williams. Now, I'm doing the Valentine's Day episode. And I've been divorced now for about 5 years. And the last present I ever gave my ex-wife was a pair of hiking sticks. And when I handed them to her, she said, why are you giving me hiking sticks? I said, well, it's because I want you to take a hike, bitch. True story. Well, you know, after 15 years of marriage, I just decided I didn't want the condo, I didn't want the car payments, I didn't want that dude that was sleeping in my bed when I walked in. I let her keep it all. Well, anyway, Howie Mandel and Harlan Williams, they know this joke about me giving her hiking sticks. So we're doing the Valentine's Day episode of our podcast, When a Stranger Calls. And Howie says, hey, we're live. Let's call your ex-wife. Let's call your ex and ask her about that story. Well, Hemet, let me tell you, Hemet, I'm not a gold miner, but when I see a gold mine, I know to dig for gold, so let's call the bitch, right? Now, we get her on the phone, and she admits to the story about the hiking sticks and everything. But then Howie says, hey, is there any other embarrassing stories you want to talk about with Mario? Now, do we have any married couples out here? I'm sure we have a few couples out there, married couples, and there's some things in the bedroom you might not necessarily want out there, right? So my ex-wife brings up live on a podcast with these two powerhouses about the time I asked her to peg me. Yeah, do you know what pegging is, sir? Pegging is when your wife, your lovely wife right here, she wears a strap on and she fucks you with it, okay? If you don't know, ask the gay couple, they'll point one out to you. So anyway, she brought up the time that I asked her to peg me. Maybe once, maybe twice, maybe every day for 15 years. But it doesn't embarrass me because, Hemet, I just told a story about a girl on Tinder pooping on me. I don't get embarrassed. I get even. So what I did, Hemet, I went out and I got a line of hats made. I got hats made that say, "Make pegging great again." Yeah, make pegging great again. I'm selling these on my website for $30 each. I also got a line of strap-ons. I'll sell you one later. I got those actually through Temu because nothing fucks you like a product from Temu. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I asked when I walked up who's drinking. Let's hold them up one more time. All right, Hemet. Besides doing stand-up comedy, I also own my own video production company. I make online content, not the adult kind, so don't look at me like that, sir. No, actually, I make sober recovery videos for New Origin Sober House. I was just doing a new sober recovery video with Brian Head Welch from Born. I was also making a music video with a band called Sublime. And I also work with another music group called DGAF. Does anybody know what DGAF, D-G-A-F? What was that? Sir, there's women in this room. It's not don't give a fuck, all right? We're actually a Christian soccer organization. It's called Doing God a Favor. And if you don't buy that, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, no, it actually means dirty girls are fun. Yeah, ditch girls after fucking. Or ditch guys after fucking for you hoes. There's a few other things. I'm an anarchist, so it's a ditch government, anarchy forever. But if we are drinking, it means don't get another felony. Yeah. And the most important, if you're drinking and driving, don't go away forever. Alright? So ladies and gentlemen, that's my time. My name is Mario Reyes. You can find me on Instagram, Mario Reyes 82, or on YouTube with Howie Mandel and Marvin Williams. Justin Fox, Hemet, Darby, thank you very, very fucking much. Let's go!
Keep it going for Mario, everybody. Keep it going.